Garcia versus the Avery Sparrow. You know how it got canceled and everything. Avery Sparrow ended up having a warrant out for his arrest, so they ended up canceling the fight. And so Ryan Garcia, he ended up having some beef with Golden Boy a couple of days ago. And the last time we touched up on this, I'm not sure if you're up to date on what happened yesterday, but yesterday, like, it literally took one day. He ended up squashing the whole beef with Golden Boy literally in one day. He said now he has one of the most lucrative prospect deals in boxing history. I'm not sure how, I'm not sure how for real that is, but that's what they're saying.
Right. Okay. All I have to say is I think that for Golden Boy, this was a smart move to lock him up.
Mm-hmm.
However, I don't think it's 100% legit at all. I do not feel that they are doing this with the best intention for Ryan Garcia. I believe they're doing this so that nobody else will snag him and take him under their wing. I'm going to be quite honest with you. I think that Ryan Garcia definitely let this get to him because the way he came about it and announced what was going on was
Right.
definitely like somebody younger. It wasn't somebody that definitely was on the path to stardom. I mean, he could easily have said, listen, my fans, I had a problem with the promotion. This is exactly what's going on. I'm going to give you guys some more detail, but just so you know, I am here to fight. Who do you think I should fight next? But instead, he went out there and really tried to explain himself, but to a point to where he almost had to justify as though he was wrong and he was trying to make it right. We really don't know what happened. We don't know what the real beef was about. I mean, unless you have heard something, I personally have not heard anything on what it really was about. So, I mean, please chime in if you had, but otherwise I haven't. I feel at this game point, I feel like for him, there shouldn't be any beefs right now. There shouldn't be anything. He's so up there and they're moving him along. There should be no room for any problems. None whatsoever. He's on the path to stardom. And whatever they did to cause this problem, it needs to be addressed. And I don't think it can be addressed in one day.
Well, this is the reason why a part of me kind of feels like this was all a publicity stunt. And in this day and age, with the younger generation knowing how to manipulate social media, a part of me feels like Ryan Garcia and Oscar De La Hoya kind of planned this out just to get a big promotion going. I mean, who knows? I mean, they got the money to pay off Avery Sparrow. Maybe the whole warrant for his arrest wasn't even real. Like, who knows? Maybe this was just all a way to promote the Ultimate Picture, and the Ultimate Picture being now, he's actually the co-main event for the Canelo versus Sergey Kovalev, which was announced just a couple of days ago. And so after they put their differences to the side supposedly and re-sign for another couple of years and squash their beef, their so-called beef, because I'm not even sure if it was real, because I don't know about you, but if they had some real beef, then like you said, how can it be figured out in one day? But now
one day, because look, there's people that get in arguments that are family members like blood, and they might not squash it for one day. You'd be pissed off at somebody for a month,
right? But
it's not going to happen. I'm sorry. Unless it's all about the money for this kid. He is young. He's young. He's
right.
got a family.
Right. Well, that was the initial argument, was that he wasn't getting paid enough, because on his last fight, there was said to be a $1 million licensing fee for the fight. So somebody put up the money, right? And Ryan Garcia was the main event, but he only received 50,000. So that was the whole big ordeal. He was like, wait, look, I know I'm a prospect and I know that's why I'm only getting paid 50,000, but I'm in a unique situation because I have, 3 point whatever amount of followers on Instagram. And the fact is, yes, he is just a prospect, but he's in a weird situation because he can sell tickets, like as if he can sell more tickets than some of the top ranked fighters right now.
I agree. Look, there's no denying it. His stardom is huge. He's a great fighter, man. I love to watch him fight. Me and you followed him from the gate.
That's true.
We talked about him. We always said, hey, look at this kid right here. He's a good fighter. He's definitely worth money, and I think they should pay him money. When everybody else is making millions upon millions of dollars, pay this kid some money and then also throw him some good, some actual other, good fighters that can actually give him a run for his money, because
Well,
nobody wants to see a lopsided fight, and I feel like
right.
he's gonna have to step it up from now on.
Well, that's the thing, for this fight that he has, on the co-main event of the Canelo versus Sergey Kovalev. This is supposed to be like a step up fight for him, which is actually kind of different than what we've been seeing lately. Because a lot of these big fighters, and they've been getting these huge deals, right? But their first fight has been like a tune-up fight, or somebody that the promoter knows that that person is going to beat. And for Ryan Garcia's first fight, he's getting a step up fight. A lot of people may not know this yet, but he's going to fight this guy named Romero Duno, who is actually a known power puncher. And I think his record is 20-1, but he has like a 73% knockout ratio. So usually for your first fight on a new deal is not some massive power puncher. So I think that this is his step up fight, and it's going to be on a big platform, because he's doing a co-main event against Canelo versus Kovalev, which in my opinion is going to be a huge fight. And the reason it's going to be a huge fight, because Canelo is going up 2 weight classes to do light heavyweight. And I'm going to say this now just because I want to get it out there on YouTube, and I want to tell people, hey, look, I said this and I called it out first. And this is completely like away from the Ryan Garcia subject, but I gotta say this. I gotta say this, man. So just imagine this. Imagine this. I know some people will call me crazy, but so Canelo naturally walks around at 183. So he's gonna fight for the light heavyweight title against Sergey Kovalev. Okay, so let's say he wins the lightweight title against Sergey Kovalev, and now he has a lightweight, not a lightweight, a light heavyweight title under his name. Let's say Andy Ruiz beats Anthony Joshua again. All right. What if, I know people are going to call me crazy, and I understand boxing, and I know this normally would never happen, but what if Canelo says, I want to go up another weight class, skips cruiserweight, and says, I want Andy Ruiz for the heavyweight title? Because he could probably, never mind. I'm just going to shut up. Never mind. Just
Yeah,
forget,
man, I don't
forget
even
I
know
said anything,
about
man.
that, man. I mean, that's I don't know that. Hey, I mean, anything is possible. He definitely would have to keep eating the beef that he was eating before. Look, that boy's gonna have the ultimate cows to eat if he wants to catch up to Andy Ruiz. But
Anyways, man, I know I'm probably going to get a lot of haters for saying what I just
probably
said.
are. But listen, though, guys, look, we want to tell you this. Don't look. We can say things. Everybody can have their own opinion. Nobody has to hate on each other. He can have his opinion. I can have mine. There's no reason to call somebody names or go at him and say this and that. Look, if you believe you're right, then you have nothing to prove to me. You are right. Okay. If you say, yes, that can happen, Canelo can move up and fight Andy Ruiz. And you know what? You're right. Maybe he can. I don't know. I'm not psychic. I can't tell you if you can or can't. I'm not going to hate on you. You're entitled
Hey,
to your own opinion.
I got to ask you though, because how
Yes.
big does the cow have to be for Canelo to end up doing that one day?
Has to be like 5 cows in one. Has to be the ultimate genetic cow. I
The
mean, look,
ultimate genetic.
that's actually I was reading today. Never mind. Go ahead. Let's keep on topic. I don't want to jump off topic.
Well, I think that's all we want to talk about with the whole Ryan Garcia thing is
Yeah,
they,
I
they
think
ended
so
up
too. I'm not really impressed with Duno's record though. I mean, I am impressed with the number. I'm just a lot of the fighters that I've seen him get that number from. I mean, I think I have it here on Box Rec
oh,
right here.
oh, you
And
pulled up Romero Duno.
yes, correct. And dang man, I had it and I literally took off. Oh, here we go, right here. But out of all those wins that he has, I mean, if you go all the way from 2014, I mean, we're talking about he's fighting guys that are 4-10, 6-15, 6-31, 6 wins, 31 losses, 19 wins, 12 losses, 21 wins, 16 losses, and this is all the way up to 2016. So, if you take away all those and you just get to his real good numbers,
Yeah,
it's not 21-1. And
right.
I think that that's what they're looking at. They're looking like, oh yeah, he is. He has all these this great record. But honestly, I mean, he's fighting guys who had more losses than wins or had almost identical amount of wins to losses. So I don't think it's a fair assessment. I think it's a smart move on them to fight him. Like I said, anything can happen. This is fighting, man. One punch, you're out of there. So with that
True
being
that.
said, it
True
definitely
that.
happened one time. He has a chance. He definitely has a chance. I've been proved wrong, and we have been proved wrong with the Tyson Fury fight. Well, I was proved wrong. I really thought Tyson Fury was gonna just nail this thing completely. So yeah, I think this is gonna be a good one for Duno and Ryan Garcia. How you feeling?
Well, hopefully, I'm rooting for Ryan Garcia.
Me too.
He's definitely a star in the making. So I'm hoping that that all goes through. And shout out to him.